Hello from Uzbekistan.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you so much for joining our presentation today. We are here in Karakalpakstan, which is a part of Uzbekistan. It's like autonomous republic. And behind us, by the way, you can see the national flags from this area.
My name is Elena,
And my name is Ola.
and we present here Saiga Conservation Alliance.
Here we are to protect critically endangered Saiga antelope and their habitat. Some of you may be learning about the saigas for the first time now, but the saigas are the most adorable and weird-looking animals that I have seen in my life. They're known for their unusually large noses, and saigas have also been around since the Ice Age, outliving the woolly mammoth.
However, these days things goes not so great for the Saiga. Saiga is still strongly affected by numerous threats. And major of them is poaching. It's still ongoing in Saiga country and Saiga area and required our activities and our attention. Second major threat is industrial impact. We have very strong development in our countries, and saigas and another wildlife very strong affected from side of linear infrastructure, industrial building, etc., etc., etc. And also, I would like to note unnatural borders. It's national borders of Uzbekistan and another country covered by barbed fences, barbed fence, and they completely crossed Saiga migratory road during this seasonal migration. And also, I would like to note disease. I know it's many of you already hear about a very strong outbreak that was happening in the territory of Russia, Kazakhstan, and Mongolia during the last decades.
Saiga is known to be the fastest declining mammal species due to the sudden loss of 95% of the world population as a result of poaching, and later on disease outbreak, which brought saigas to the verge of extinction. That being said, saiga status varies depending on the population. And apart from the threats that we've just described, we have also seen quite a few conservation successes. Yelena is going to describe population status across all 5 populations in the world right now.
Yeah, as you know, Saiga inhabited in Central Asia. Now we have 5 Saiga population inhabited in territory Kazakhstan, Russian Federation, Uzbekistan, and Mongolia. At past, Saiga inhabits in territory of modern Turkmenistan and China. As Ola already said, last 2-3 years we have very visual conservation success. Saiga population started increase year by the year, and now we have a really good effect and a pretty good status of Saiga in May population. I would like to give you impressions, understanding about number of Saiga population in each country. First of all, I would like to tell about Mongolia. As you know, this population was affected by disease, and now it's started to restore it. A number Mongolian subspecies currently is more than 10,000 individuals. Talking about Russia, I would like to remind you that saigas in territory of this country inhabited in Caspian area in Caspian Sea regions. And currently, we have pretty stable status of Saiga in Russian and around 10,000 individuals that located in this particular region. And Kazakhstan currently has biggest number of Saiga. More than 90% of global population inhabited in territory of Kazakhstan Republic. And currently, population increased at least in 40% each year. And biggest population located in northwest of Kazakhstan. We call it Ural population. This is transboundary population. Saigas from Kazakhstan started to migrate the territory of Russia. And currently, we are counting more than 100,000 Saigas, particularly in here region. Next population, like it's in central part of Kazakhstan. This is a big population, and number of this is around 500,000 individuals. And last, I would like to tell about Ustyurt population. This is smallest population in the world. Saiga of this population inhabited in territory of Ustyurt Plata is ancient Plata located in the administrative border of Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan. We share this population between each other, and this population, in comparison with previous one, has most endangered threat. Currently, we calculate only 28,000 saigas. This is a big progress in comparison of previous years, but still very low and stable level of this population that required very strong conservation measures to be protected. And talking about Uzbekistan, I would like to express that in my country, located maybe smallest number of saigas, we account around 500 individuals in territory of Ustyurt Plata and Aral Sea region. And we really strongly work to conserve this saiga and give its chance for the good future.
Apart from the universal threats that saigas are facing, there is a set of unique challenges that saigas are facing specifically in Uzbekistan. And these are industrial impacts, natural barriers, and climate change. In terms of industrial impact, I'm referring to gas and oil sector, where activities for the extraction of these natural resources, especially now that the energy crisis is very present, are leading to land degradation and habitat loss for many species, not only the saiga, as well as noise and light pollution.
Saiga is a migratory species. Over the season, saiga move from the northern part of the area to the southern one and come back to the north, followed by ancient migratory route. But nowadays, this migratory road completely crossed by numerous linear infrastructure. First of all, it's border fences, it's railways, pipelines, and highways. And all these linear buildings work all together and completely negatively affect saiga over the seasonal migrations.
And finally, climate change. So the situation with climate change is quite unique in Uzbekistan because apart from the global trends of climate change that we all have observed, there is a very specific condition and changes related to the Aral Sea shrinkage, which happened in the 70s and led to many catastrophic impacts. And just for the reference, Aral Sea used to be the fourth largest lake in the world. So you can imagine what a huge impact it had on species, on the wildlife, as well as on people. So we're talking about the change of habitat areas for the saigas when they were forced to move towards the north from the south as a result of changes in this habitat, as well as the change in loss of watering places, which is critical, especially on migration. As said before, this catastrophe also had a huge impact on local communities because Aral Sea used to be the major source of income for many people living around this area. And not having this income source led people to practice poaching and unsustainable use of natural resources. So, as you see, these are large challenges that go beyond single species conservation and require urgent solutions to save unique biodiversity of the region made up of species like saiga, as well as to support communities living in extremely harsh conditions. Now we are going to walk you through our three-step approach that we take in Saiga Conservation Alliance in order to tackle these big challenges.
Our conservation priority are protected area, industrial partnership, local enterprise, and environmental education. Speaking about protected area, let me illustrate with our current project, Resurrection Island. Actually, Resurrection Island is an existing island located in northern west of Uzbekistan at the bottom of the former Aral Sea. It's very unique territory. We inhabit so many unique and endemic species of animals and plants. I can give you a list, some of them. It includes Saiga Antelope, where you already know. It's rosy flamingo, caracal, Karsak fox, steppe tortoise, golden eagle, imperial eagle, and many others. And of course, this unique territory required very good protection. And what we would like to do now is help support our government to organize national park in territory of former bottom of Aral Sea. Currently, we have a very good progress. government signing a decree of Cabinet of Ministers of Republic of Uzbekistan for establishment National Park Aralkum. Area of this national park is about 1 million hectares. It's huge area that required very accurate and very attentive zoning. It's what we do now together with our partners. We working very hard for the zoning of this territory to ensure protection critical habitats and giving a chance of forestry farm and industry who developed this area to promote their business as accurate as possible. If it's impossible, we try to avoid a negative impact and mitigation this impact as much as possible.
So speaking about our next focus, which is industrial partnerships, the goal here is exactly what Elena said, to make sure that the impacts of industry on biodiversity are reduced or avoided where possible. So, for example, this year we developed infrastructure maps for all of those industries located around the Resurrection Island in the RLC area, where the Saiga habitat is. And these infrastructure maps served as a base for developing zoning for the new protected area in the region. After that, we also ran biodiversity impact assessment to know exactly how the industry impacts on animals and plants, and know which species are impacted the most and in what way. And also at the same time, currently we are working on developing training programs and the policy on no net loss, which again is aimed at educating people, mostly industry workers, about how to reduce or avoid the impact of their production on the biodiversity and integrate these policies on the higher level.
Finally, our following priority is local enterprise and environmental education. Speaking about last one, I would like to note several events. Our favorite one, first of all, it's international festival, Saiga Days that happen each spring, each May in all Saiga countries. This year we organize this day in our common Saiga villages, and also we invite new people from new villages located in Aralsi region. It was very beautiful event, so many fun and interesting activities. And this year we also organized something new for us. We organized a public lecture in two key regions. It's RLC region and Manak city, and new one is Kyrgyz city located in industrial zone. Last one was happened very recently, just yesterday, and we collected so many people, students and adults, for the very interesting lecture with very specific topic, ecosystem services. It was really interesting because these people live in industrial zone and that connects natural areas, and for them it was very important to understand how possible protect natural ecosystem and how important to make balance between industrial development and local business and wildlife protection.
And that leads us to a very important component of connecting the wildlife, the environment, to the benefits for local communities, because without having the support from local people, it's almost impossible to create any sustainable effort in wildlife conservation. So, for example, for this reason, we are interested in developing alternative sources of income for local communities. As you may remember, this RLC region is extremely poor compared to the rest of Uzbekistan, and the conditions are very harsh. This area has never recovered after the shrinkage of the RLC. So there is a strong need to create extra incentives for people to protect environment. And we looked at different opportunities that are available in the region and decided to develop ecotourism idea, which for this, it seems that the area is very suitable because again, there will be a new protected area in the region very soon. There are very unique species that you cannot see anywhere else in the rest of Uzbekistan. And that creates a very interesting idea and very interesting possibilities for people and the additional incomes that are possible to develop. There are also other ideas like dark sky, for example, where we are thinking about astronomical tourism or some specific components of tourism activities such as handicrafts. We had experience with such alternative source of income in the past, and it worked very well. So we're thinking about introducing that. And we are not limited in the ideas, but that's a longer topic for discussion. So we are very lucky currently to have support of the local government and British government in supporting all these ideas and tackling these difficult problems. But as you all know, without you, our programs also wouldn't be possible.
Particularly, we support through the communication with you guys, our program for educational, and of course we support through you our program with local rangers. Particularly, we support Saiga Reserve for anti-poaching activity in Uzbekistan.
So we are very happy to thank very much the WCN community for all the help and support that you all have given to us in our programs and brought us closer to having the Saiga populations protected worldwide.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.